we just do like a quick bleach blot. We do a quick Hey guys, welcome back and welcome to this video. So I thought it was about time that I do a frequently asked questions regarding my hair, because I get legit a billion messages every day about my hair colour, what I do, what I use, how I change it so often. I asked you probably about a week or so ago to send me some questions, so I wrote some down. A lot of you ask like the same type of questions, so I am going to go through everything, show you the products that I use, and that's pretty much it. So let's just jump straight into the questions. So the first question I have here is, what's my natural hair colour? My natural hair colour, right, my hair's kind of greasy now, so don't judge me. So these are like my natural roots, and they do look a lot darker than my hair actually is because it's in contrast to this. So if you like cover it here, if you can see here, it's hard to tell. Oh my god, I have like swatches and everything all over my hands. In hairdressing terms, I'm in like in a base 7. But in non-hairdressing terms, it's like a mousy blonde. But there is a lot of ash in my hair, and that's why when I bleach it, it lifts very, very quickly. Like, my hair would probably lift, and when I say lift, I mean go from this to like the brightest colour in, I think we usually leave my bleach on for like 40 minutes. Like, I've been bleaching my hair for a long time, like 11 years, and sometimes it would bleach in like 30-35 minutes, like that, like gets it white. So yeah, I bleach it for I think around 40 minutes. We usually leave it on. I don't ever bleach the ends. Every now and again, maybe once every couple of months, for the last couple of minutes, we will just like rub everything through at the sink, and that just kind of helps like take all the tone, like any extra tone out. But I wouldn't recommend to like do that yourself, because if you bleach your hair too much, what happens is it will snap, and trust me, that's not a good look. I have had my hair snapped off a lot of times over the years. How long did it take me to get to the level I'm at now? So as I said, I'm doing it for 11 years. Before that, like when I was like a teenager, I didn't really dye my hair all that too often. Every now and again I'd get like a head of highlights, which would last me probably like a year, because my hair was so light, even though I know it looks a lot darker, but in contrast to just like the nice soft highlights, lasted for ages. So I used to have a full head of highlights, and then I started to work in a hairdresser's, and we just started to bleach the whole lot because I wanted it as bright as possible, and since then I've just been bleaching it. So it didn't really take me that long to get to this level, but because my hair is so light naturally and so ashy, that it lifts easy. Didn't take me that long. How long do my pastel colours last? Does my hair go back platinum completely, or is it stained? Pastel colours do not last that long. They last a couple of washes, and depending on the brands that you use. Some brands last longer than other brands. I'll go through in a little bit what I actually use, but yeah, realistically they last a couple of washes, and that's quite normal because it's like a hint of colour on the hair. They're not going to last. Like, colours fade, and that's kind of just the way it goes. Like, it is a very high maintenance colour to keep. If you're not willing to keep the maintenance up of your hair, then I wouldn't recommend to go pastel or grey or any of those type of colours, because it will drive you crazy having to constantly put stuff in your hair. And does my hair go back platinum? I never actually let it go back to white. Like, this is the lightest it will go. And I'm always using toning shampoos. Sometimes if I don't use my toning shampoo, it does go a little bit brassy. Next question is, what toner do I use? What I use in the shower like every day to keep the grey is this Fanola No Yellow shampoo, which I got on Amazon. I think it was like $50. But this is the 1000ml. You can get it the smaller bottle, I think, which would be similar to, what's this, 300? It would be similar in this size, but so if you want to try it out, you can get smaller ones. And another one I picked up recently, it's called Milkshake. I kind of preferring this over this lately, and it's just called Silver Shine shampoo. This was $23 Canadian, and I got it in a hairdresser's called Zenkai. I'm not sure where else you can get this. I'm sure there are lots of places you can get it. They do kind of the same thing, but I feel like sometimes I find with the Fanola it can go a bit patchy, and like I'll be end up like with a big purple streak somewhere, which kind of looks odd, and I never have that issue with the Milkshake. So maybe if you're kind of looking to try it out, maybe I would kind of hint more so towards this one. So you can see it's like this colour, purple. So both of them look the exact same, so don't be scared if you get it thinking that it looks so dark. Like all it is, it's like the purple silvery tone is going to help take out any orange or yellow in your hair. But if you leave them on for longer, you are running the risk of it going purple. Which usually I don't mind, because I don't mind it being like silvery, purpley, greyish. I'm not too fussy with how it looks. But once there's no gold in it, I hate yellow hair. I just hate any bit of gold, or it actually makes me want to die a little bit. They're my two favourites, and they're always in the shower, and I'll just grab them, and that's what I will wash my hair with every time I wash it. How do I protect it from damage due to the heat, GHD, etc.? I don't use any heat protectors in my hair because I don't hardly ever use like hair straighteners or a GHD or like a wand in my hair that often. Once every couple of weeks I might do it, like if that. So I don't actually use heat protectors. There was one that I used to always use when I did always straighten my hair, and it was from Kerastase, and was it called Cement Anti-Usure or something like that? I will find it and I'll link it below so you can actually check it out. And it's a heat protector, so you put it into damp hair, dry your hair in, and when you use the heat off the hair dryer, it like activates and works, and then if you use it the next day to like straighten your hair or curl your hair, it kind of reactivates again. It's a really good one. They are a little bit more on the pricier side, but 100% worth it. Do I wash my hair every day? Fuck no. My hair, like, the thing is, when you bleach your hair like this, your hair is more drier, so you don't really have to wash your hair that often. But because of I have extensions in right now, but my natural hair is actually getting quite long. Let me find a bit and show you. Oh, let me sit up. So like my natural hair is like to here, which is getting quite long, and I'm finding lately that the longer my hair is getting and the thicker it's getting, the more I have to wash it. So usually, I don't know, I'd kind of like to wash it like every third day. Sometimes I leave it longer, but it just depends. Sometimes I just like to leave it because I'm like, you know, I like the colour it's looking right now. I'm going to try and get an extra day or two out of it, because I know once I wash it, the colour is going to change. So I usually, yeah, say probably every like 3 days I'll try wash it. Have I ever thought about trying bright colours, red, blue, etc.? I had my hair bright red before. So as I said before, I've been dyeing my hair like this for like 12 years, as we just found out. And yeah, I'd say probably about 6 years ago, I had really short hair at the time, and I was like, you know what, let's just like go for something like crazy. And I went from like platinum blonde to like bright red. If I can find a picture, it's very embarrassing, but I will put it somewhere on this video so you can get a laugh out of it. But yeah, I had like really short hair, and I was kind of letting it grow out, so it was kind of like a bob shape, and it was bright red. Bright red. So I had that for, I didn't have that for too long. I think I had it for a couple of months, because around that time, this was when Rihanna dyed her hair red. So after she dyed it red, everybody dyed their hair reds, and then I was like, okay, I can't do this, like, get it out. That was kind of the end of my red hair, but I'll try and find a picture and post it so you can get a laugh out of my hair. But other than that, no, I don't think I'll ever do it again. I don't think I'd ever go blue or anything like that. I think this is it. I think these kind of tones are me. But never say never, but for the near future, I'm gonna say no. How do I change from pink to silver to purple so fast? Wigs. So this is like the colour of my hair right now, and these are extensions which match. And so my pink hair, so I'll put a picture in if you're like new to my channel and you haven't seen my pink hair. I'll put a picture somewhere on this video so you can see what I'm talking about. So the pink hair and the purple hair are both wigs. Sometimes my own hair, I do dye it more purple than this, but I have a wig that's like similar to the purple shade that I use. I'll go through them colours in a little bit so you know what I use for each of them, but I'm just going to get through the questions first. So I have 2 wigs and hair extensions, and that's how I change so often. When I go to the hair salon, how do I describe what colour I want? She just knows. I've always had this colour, so it was basically just like when I first started to go to the girl I go to, which was like 2 years ago. I already had this colour and I was like, I just want to touch up my roots, and that was kind of it. So if you are someone who does want to go like these type of colours, like any type of pastel colours, like bring a picture, because what you have in your head and what your hairdresser has in her head, like they're 2 different things. Like trust me, I used to work in a salon, and you would be so surprised at what people say and what people mean, or like, whoa, like two ends of the scale. If you have ideas, the best thing to do is just bring a picture and then you can have a chat with your hairdresser to see if it's achievable or not. The thing about this hair is like it's not going to be achievable to everybody because people like have different levels of lifting in their hair, but your hairdresser will know more. He or she will see your hair and, you know, be able to advise you better. So that's the best option I can give you for going into a hair salon, is bringing photographs. Another person asked is why I stopped doing hair. So in case you didn't know, I am a qualified hairdresser, but I just lost interest in it over the years, and I don't know, when I was training, I loved it. It was my favourite. I had the best time. But then when I got qualified, I don't know, I was just in a bad environment. The salon I was in was like, it just wasn't a good time. And I just kind of lost that passion that I had. So then I knew I had to give it up, because it's the type of job where you need to have passion, you need to be into it. Like any type of creative work like that, you need to just really like want it and like to give it your all and like all that. Whereas I just didn't care anymore. I just didn't want to do it. So I just quit. I got into makeup and the rest is history. Another question, how I get it so light. So as I explained before, it's just my hair lifts to a certain level. It lifts really, really, really light, and then I can tone it and do all that. So it kind of, that depends on your own type of hair, how it lifts, and the undertone in your hair, like all these little things come into play. So as I said, your hairdresser will know more about the levels that your hair will lift. Okay, last question I have on this is where I get my wigs and extensions. So my wigs are from Sway Hair. When I get the wigs, they're long blonde wigs, and I have to colour them and cut them myself, which can be such a pain. I hate doing it, but you know, someone's got to do it. So they don't come in the colours that I have. I just dye them. And my extensions, these ones are from Zala Hair Extensions, and they're pretty amazing. I didn't even have to dye these. These just came this colour and they just matched to my own hair pretty well. So yeah, that's where I get my extensions and my wigs. I will link everything below so you can check all them out as well. So I've already spoke about what I use for this colour. It's not even like a toner or anything. It's literally just silver toning shampoo. These are the two I use. There are plenty of other ones. I remember I used to use a Schwarzkopf one. It was in a white bottle and it was like called Colour Freeze or something like that, but the colour itself, the shampoo, was purple like these. That's a really good one. I just haven't been able to, not that I haven't been able to find it here, I didn't look for it here, but I haven't come across it here. But as I said, this one is like a little bit more my favourite than this one. Another thing lately, for the last maybe, I'm gonna say 3-4 times, yeah, that I got my roots done, we toned it with Girls Night from Arctic Fox. So it's this like soft, like pastel-y purple shade. So sometimes when I do my roots, if they still a little bit yellow in them, I'm just like, put the purple in. I don't care. So when I do my, get my roots done and we do the purple, I'll put a picture in as well so you can see exactly how it looks. So yeah, so that's how it looks when I get my hair done. It just kind of keeps any of the gold away. It helps tone it really easy. It's just like no messing. And again, as I said before, I don't mind if my hair is a little bit purple because it fades to this. So this is how kind of my hair goes grey. It's literally just from bleaching my roots, putting the purple toner in, and after a few washes, this is what it fades to. And then I upkeep this with the toning shampoos. So before, I used to like my hair to be a bit more purple than grey. I used to take the purple raine and mix it with the diffuser, so it would make it that pastel purple shade, until like I kind of found out that there was a pastel shade. But I will still do that with a lot. If I don't have the diluter, I just use conditioner, any conditioner, and pour it in a bowl, mix some of the darker shades with it. I do that as well with the pink. This is Virgin Pink, but this is quite a bright pink, and if you know me, you know I prefer like the pastel soft tones. There's also a grey one that I use. I don't use it too often. Sometimes I'll mix a little bit in with other colours, but sometimes I feel it goes a little bit blue in my hair, and I prefer it to look a bit more on the purpley side rather than the blue side. So that's the only reason I don't use this too often, but it's great just to add to the purples and the pinks, just to kind of, you know, mix it up a little bit. So for the pink wig, was a little bit of a concoction. I used the diffuser or the diluter first, and so I mixed the diluter into the bowl, like a good chunk of this. I mixed some of the pink Not too much, like maybe, I can't even remember. I can't give you the proper measurements because I don't know what they wear. I just like pour it in the bowl. So like a good like bit of this. But you'll know as you mix it kind of how it looks. So depending on if you want it really bright, like a lighter tone, you'll know by how it looks. That's kind of similar to how it's going to look on the hair. So I mixed this with it, and then I added some Girls Night, but I just kind of put this in so this wouldn't be too pink. So that's how I do my pink wig, and then as I wash it, it fades, so it changes colour. That's just a fade, there is no colour for that, but this is the initial colour that goes into it, and then it just changes as it washes it. And for the purple wig, I used the Diluter and I mixed Purple Rain with it. Just like the tiniest bit of Purple Rain and some of the Sterling Silver. That was, I think that was the main one that was in that. And this wig has been washed, I think, a few times. I can't remember. But yeah, they're the main colours I use. Like Arctic Fox is probably the only colour that I use lately. I feel like not only, like it smells great. It smells like bubblegum. Can't go wrong. It also conditions your hair so your hair feels really soft and smooth after it. And I've used a lot of crazy colours over the year, like different tones, just to try out new things. And Arctic Fox is the best one. It's the longest lasting one, so that's why I always go for these. I think that's it for all my questions about my hair colour. Like as I said, like I don't really do a lot to it. It's just a colour I've had for a long time, and yeah, there's really not much to it. I'm just like quite lucky that I am so fair that it stays, and I have a lot of ash in my hair that keeps it looking ashy. But definitely if you are someone who is like grey, silver hair, I recommend toning shampoos. I think I've answered all the questions that I've wrote down. I can't think of anything else. I think I've covered everything. Have I? If I haven't, and you have any other questions, leave them in the comments below and I'll check all of your comments out and reply as best I can. Okay, well that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe and leave some comments below. Oh, if you have any questions about this makeup look, it's going to be on Instagram if it's not already there. I made like a mini Instagram video of this whole look, so follow me there and you'll be able to check out the makeup look. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next one.